don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
Podcast.
Real news about real topics. That's what I like about this show.
Or mode for the most sincerest expression.
So it's truth and jest. I pride myself on saying real.
What they don't tell you podcast.
People don't even notice I'm saying.
I'm just using your gifts as a vehicle.
They can feel it, but I don't think they really know. But they feel it, because when people come up to me, they say it. I love that.
I was looking for advice from people in the industry how to not have to compromise.
Oh, it's hard to be woke. What they don't tell you podcast.
How do I do this without having to compromise who I am, what I represent, what I want to share, how I impart my gift? It's my real truth.
Is that even fucking possible? Am I allowed to say fucking? Bleep that out.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of What They Don't Tell You podcast. We are your hosts, DJ Mifflin.
Keisha Williams.
And Keith Vance.
And we are the B Squad. That's right, BE standing for Black Entertainment, being encouraged, being entertained, and just being who we want to be. Now, don't forget, you can catch us Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. on the East Coast, 8 a.m. on the West Coast, and 6 o'clock International Time on Live 365 on Anthem Tongue Radio, all right? All right, up next, we have the Thankful segment. Hold on.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
Podcast.
All right, it's that time again. What are you thankful for? All right, let's hear it. Tell us, guys, what you thankful for?
Thankful to be alive. Joanna Caldwell from Newcastle, Delaware.
I'm thankful for spending time with my family and having more time to do that.
Yo, this Cap Drosky. I am thankful that I know that Keith will keep his mustache through the quarantine because I've seen what it looks like underneath it. I'm thankful for Georgia's drivers not having to take their driver's license test, so hopefully one of them will run into Keith's car so we can stop watching him wash his car.
Yes, Drill. Yeah, I'm thankful for my weed man, my plug, man. That nigga is awesome. Nigga in front of me, a OZ or the fucking purple runts, man. So if you need him, man, just holler at me, cuz.
We appreciate you guys for all the call-ins, all right? If you want to let us know what you're thankful for, just hit us up, all right? All right, up next, Keisha with the Bee's Nest.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
Podcast.
This is the Business with Keisha Williams.
All right, this is Keisha Williams with the Bee's Nest. Be enriched, be educated, and be excellent. So I wanted to bring a feel-good story out for you guys today to talk about some of the things that are happening around COVID-19. Everything doesn't have to be so heavy. But one of the things that happens in May and June, graduations. So I found this really great article where a dad actually built a stage in the driveway to host a proper college graduation for his daughter. So his daughter is graduating from Xavier University of Louisiana, and he wanted her accomplishments to be acknowledged. So since COVID-19 shut down the ability to actually have a big stage graduation, he said, after all those years, you're going to walk across somebody's stage if I have to build you one myself. And he literally did exactly that.
Now that's
so,
dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So I was like, he literally had the
Dad.
whole thing, right? He
Real
had the whole
dads out
thing.
here.
Yeah.
He had a
cool.
whole ceremony. He had the procession, the invocation, the national anthem, welcome song, a commencement address.
I saw that article, Keisha, and I saw the stage. It looked like a legit graduation stage. That
from
was
the pictures,
cool.
It's got the curtains. The family came out in the robes,
Cap and gown, everything.
Did all of that. But not everybody has the opportunity to go all out,
right?
Or maybe not everyone's doing something where they're going all out for the individuals,
right?
So for me, I'm sharing a shout out now to like my cousin who just graduated, and he's actually on the line with us today. So I'm gonna let him go ahead and tell his side of the story. Bittersweet. Romer, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so go ahead and tell us, like, how are you feeling being a Corona grad?
Yeah, so it's like for real, a really interesting
experience I never thought I was going to have. My name is Romain Asher, like my cousin said. I graduated from George Washington University out in Newburgh, Oregon.
All right.
All right.
Congratulations. Good stuff, man.
Yep.
Good stuff, yo.
Yeah.
Woo woo.
Thank you. My experience has been super weird because our schools slowly started to shut down, like most schools in Oregon. I was a track and field athlete, so this was going to be my senior season.
Wow.
And I got cut short with the coronavirus and everything. There's been a lot of bittersweet ends to a lot of things. A lot of my friends left when we started getting the initial shutdowns in like different states, and the governor started like issuing rules. So I work actually in like the housing department at my school, so I kind of saw the process of our university trying to react to it.
Oh, wow.
Students
Yeah.
that leave the campus, and then ways my university like actually like made good gestures to help students that were out of state or out of country be accommodated and live on campus. So for me personally, being a person from California going to a school in Oregon, I was kind of stuck between risking it and going home and not knowing if I'm going to see these friends again, but also being in the middle of my semester and not knowing if I was going to like thrive as well academically, or staying in Oregon but being away from my family back in California, and just hoping I can get by with like the money I had and the limited like job hours I did have. So it was kind of for sure a stressful time, because a lot of times I didn't know if I was going to make the next cut for the housing at my campus, because our school had limited numbers.
Right.
So you honestly had to like submit an application saying why you wanted to live on campus, why your story or like your situation was like necessary. So some students, I had a couple friends from like India and parts of China that like legit like have no way of getting home, and then there's other students that live in Washington and California.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy what this COVID has done.
For the virus right now. So for me, I got very lucky. I was able to stay at school. I got lucky. I still got to work my job at a food pantry for students on campus.
Oh, that's good.
So I probably had more of like the positive parts of it, but it was still kind of bittersweet because, my mom and tons of my family from across, the state in the U.S. wanted to come out to celebrate. We had to, call everyone and tell them, cancel flights because my school had to cancel the graduation.
Wow.
We were going to do it actually in August 15th. But it got canceled again. So
oh dang! I didn't even know that part.
They canceled it then as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. So how have you noticed? How is everyone coping with this? How are you coping with this? With the whole, you're not able to walk. You're not able to do the things that come with such a milestone. Right. How exactly are you coping with that?
Coping's just for sure like a kind of a flux. Like sometimes I don't care, and I'm like, you know what? At least it's done. But for me, I'm going back to school to try to go to graduate school. So I'm like, okay, I'll get a chance again, but not everyone gets that.
Right.
So it's kind of been hard to like really like realize that like, yeah, I kind of lost this moment, but it was good that I had a couple of my close friends that also were out of state or didn't have like a full home to go back to. We got together, did a cap and gown like photo shoot for a whole day. So that was kind of refreshing because I lost most of those experiences. Like, of course, wanted to get to swim with like my whole family, my mom, the teachers that made me want to like stay in school. So a lot of the coping has been kind of just like enjoying like the small things like that, but also a lot of it like most of my friends we've all been trying to keep busy. So some of them kind of started working jobs, the limited essential worker jobs that are available.
Right. That's deep. That's deep right there.
For me, I've been picking up like hobbies because after being 4 years of, work, don't do anything else besides work.
School and work,
my body kind of doesn't relax anymore. So it's like, I have to go work out or like I need to go learn something new, learn a language, kind of like a little busy.
Right, busy work. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to just tell us like the perspective, because I think a lot of things that you said today are things that people didn't even think about, like how people internationally are affected by this, who came to this country to further their education.
Exactly.
So to all of the COVID Corona graduates, we want to say congratulations.
Congratulations, you guys. Good work,
guys. Thank you.
Don't let it stop you.
Yeah, don't let it stop stop you. Like,
Right.
now's the time to build on the next phase of your life, and I hope that you're still able to celebrate, find a way to get there. Thank you so much for your time, Romare. And this has been Keisha Williams with The Bee's Nest. Remember, be educated, be enriched, be excellent. Is there a topic that you want to hear from us? Something that you want us to talk about on the show? Well, send us an email at WTDTYglobal@gmail.com.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
Podcast.
All right.
We're having fun all set here, guys. All right, look,
I
we're back
love it. I love it.
with the hot topic of the day, all right?
Yeah, hot topic, baby.
Hot topic.
Yeah, here we go. So the hot topic of the day is, when do you know when do you know this is what you want to do? And then when do you know it's time to let it go? All right? And basically what we're saying is, when do you know that this journey into entertainment, or whether it's a dancer, whether it's a singer, whether it's acting, or any type of genre or type of talent, when do you know this is something I want to do for a living? Like, what moment is that? And then also, when is that point where you realize this is just a dream, this is just a fantasy
Like
of
a-
mine, but
like, you mean
I
like a
can't do
pipe
this.
dream? Like,
You know
this
what
is
I
just a
mean?
pipe dream,
or it's
like
just
it's
a
something-
hobby. This is just fun to do, but I can't do this for a living.
But what's the difference in a hobby and a living?
Well,
A
according
hobby
to the
is something you just
IRS.
like to do. That's funny. The IRS. That's the difference.
I'm glad you asked, Keith. I'm glad you asked. So according to the IRS, you got 3 years to
Right.
make
Yeah.
a profit at what you're doing.
Okay.
And if you can't make no money in 3 years at this thing that you said was a business, it's a hobby.
Right.
Wow.
That's
she just got
gangsta.
she just got really shit on y'all.
That's
Yo,
not
what's
what I
it?
was trying to do.
With your bills, succeed your talent. That's when it becomes a hobby.
Well, if you can't, let's be honest, if you can't flip your talent
Facts, yo.
into something that's lucrative,
Right.
it really is a hobby. Like what? You
That's
you
true.
get to pull it out at family reunions, gatherings with friends. You
That's
it
real.
might as well be karaoke. You
Well, I
just bring
remember
the machine with
me
you.
and you discussed this before, Keisha. You
Right.
know, off record and stuff. But we were talking about how we know people that are extremely talented,
Yes.
and they never pursue the talent.
They never
Right.
even went for the shot.
And
They didn't
do you
even
think
shoot the
that,
shot.
DJ? Do you think that could be part of, you know, when do you think that you just need to give in, or when do you think you just can't do it anymore?
Well, sometimes it's the mind frame of people don't have the patience to endure the journey, because anyone who's a real artist know that when you hit that bug and it's something that you can't find nothing else to do, and this is just my love, this is what I want to be recognized for, be
Right.
paid for, this is the career I want to set.
Right.
The journey isn't even like, that's the enjoyment, the whole journey. Once you get the money, that's like the icing on the cake, but
Yeah.
the journey in it, that's where you enjoy.
I think
But
the-
for
I
some
think
people,
the
it's
icing-
like I don't see myself doing that because I can't deal with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
Right.
think the icing is nothing without the journey. Like,
Right.
I think people that get the icing first.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
why, like, one hit wonders and shit. People
Right,
that really
right.
never
They don't
tried
appreciate the-
to
yeah.
really pursue an art, like either acting or modeling,
Right.
or comedy. Like, without the actual journey of you going through the ups and downs, the rejections, the should I quits, the should I start, should I keep going. I think that's what makes the icing that much sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, but I've also had that moment where, for me, I had to say, you know, I gotta let this go. And it was hard because I didn't see myself doing anything different. I didn't want to go back to the 9 to 5. But for me personally, in my journey, I was tired of the up and down roller coaster, where at one point I'm good, I'm on the top. Then I lose everything and I'm down again. Then I'm back on top. Then I go back down again. Then it was just the tiredness of,
It's
there was
hard.
no median in
boomerang.
between where I was just comfortable. It was like a severe got it,
Yeah.
or a severe don't.
So you're like
Yeah.
blowing a shit ton of money,
You know what I'm
or you're
saying?
eating ramen noodles.
Back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck the
And that-
industry.
And the thing is when I had my son, it was one of those things where, or not even, it was before that really. It was the fact understanding what it took to, where the level I was, what it was going to take to stay there. Was I willing to do that? And it was like, I've already spent so much time here and there. I don't know if I can. And then when my son came, it was like, you know what, I gotta figure out a way to, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta figure out a way to make it something I gotta leave for my son.
Right.
But I gotta work.
Generational wealth.
Right.
Something that you can pass on. Like,
exactly.
You're kind of looking at the situation now like, I don't even want it. I want to make sure that I can give it to my seed, my family,
you know what I'm saying?
the next me.
Because you still love it, you still want to do it, you still have the passion for it, but it's like, all right, at this point in time in my life and at the age I'm at, this could go so many different ways.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
But I ain't got time to wait. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and go back to work, do what I gotta do to make my bills, but I'm still making those moves, making those decisions, making those opportunities because something's gonna hit, but I just have to do it differently now because now I'm not the actor trying to get, on.
Have you dealt with that, Keisha? The whole, like, you just kind of want to give in, I guess? Like, you just...
Well, and I don't even know if it's saying give in, because what I was going to ask DJ is, do you think that it was kind of like you hit your peak sort of thing? Kind of like, was it more of an age? Like, you hit a certain age where you said, okay, it's time for me to grow up and get profitable.
Oh, she done brought age into it.
I'm going to tell you it wasn't.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you it wasn't because Rocky Carroll said it best. He said, this is the only business where you could come in at 18 and not make it till you're 40.
True.
Or you could come in, make it at 18, fall off at 30, and then pick back up at 40.
Yeah.
Because there's no limit. There's no age range. There's nothing to this business. You can come in at 40 and kill it and take on.
Rodney Dangerfield was like 52 when he got his break.
You see what I'm saying?
He was 50. Rodney Dangerfield, he was like 52 or like, I don't know exact age, but I know he was in his 50s.
Yeah.
And he got put on.
Yeah.
And he died not much longer after that, but he got
Morgan
put on.
Freeman isn't any different. Morgan
exactly.
Freeman.
Well, Morgan Freeman been old since the 70s.
No, I was like in the 70s he was doing what is that?
Old nigga.
I was like back then he was like doing what was that electric company like right when it came around to the
I don't
80s.
think I've seen him in a role young. I don't think I've ever seen him.
I mean, you just
high
didn't
school
recognize him. You
movie.
were a baby back then. You were a baby back then.
I wasn't born back then,
but you
my
know
dude.
what? I was like, you know what, DJ, you're right though. Like acting is different. Acting, you can kind of come and go based off of age.
Right.
Modeling isn't like that.
It's not like that.
Not
So
at
to
all.
Keith's
Right.
point, when he was saying like, did you hit like the point? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, a lot of times when models really get put on, you're usually around 16, 17, maybe even 18. Like the age kind of changed as far as like fashion week. Like they don't allow girls that are like 14, 15, 16 because it is an adult environment and there was so much liability that they started changing some of the rules to better monitor the situations that these girls, young girls, exactly, were in. And I'm saying that yes, there are males, but it is the young women that get pulled into that. You said the dance moms.
Those dance moms. I'm sorry. When I saw that little 6-year-old girl in a
But
bikini,
it's real.
like
It's real.
walking like that, it made me
model
uncomfortable.
world,
I didn't like watching it.
And I'm like,
sorry.
but that's the thing, like, so if you start so young, like you basically got a good 7 years to be consistent with your look to be able to pull in the same amount of money before body chemistry comes in. So for modeling, you talking about like in your 20s, that's normally when they say when you hit your 20s, you retired because no one's really hiring you then.
Right.
And then the next
Is
market
it that
for
brutal
you
in modeling?
It can't really be.
Because I know you've done modeling, so it's that brutal.
And I was like, for
so
me,
you need to tell me
I hit my 20s
have
and it was time to retire.
till your 20s in modeling.
But Keisha, let me ask you something. Is it more so of the success level that depicts the age? And what I'm saying is that at that certain point of age, it's like it's not that you can't work, but the high elite level of modeling is capped at a certain age. So then, because we do have senior citizen type models, or we do have plus size
like, there's models
so.
that are like beautiful and they're
Right.
older women, and they're still modeling now.
It's
But
called lifestyle modeling.
But
Yeah.
they also got in when they were very young. So do you
That
think
too.
that they
That
still
too.
could have had the same career at an older age?
Well, and then the times have changed, right? Like I was like social media and the ability to have longevity and to brand yourself personally has really created the ability for people to stay more relevant in the market. You know what I'm saying?
She's
So
right. She's
earlier
right.
on,
She's
like
making
when
a
the
great point
20s,
for
when the
real.
20s was where you had to retire. Now, when you get your 20s, you hit your prime. You know, you can buy it if you can't make it Right.
That's right.
Pretty much, so you can pay to get stuff fixed, and then that gives you like a longer time period within the industry.
Right.
I mean, and that happens all over entertainment.
Yeah.
I just say I think that it is a lot harder for females, period, because our looks are supposed to always stay the same. When you get casted or when you get booked as a model, they're booking you at a certain size.
Right.
They're looking at you to stay that size. So if you're
Do you think
already small,
do you think it's like that in like the hip hop industry?
Hip hop industry, definitely.
Absolutely.
You don't think so? Like in your mid-30s, you can't drop a mix?
Well, it's not. I'm gonna put it to you like this.
For men
I
or
had
for
this
women?
Conversation. I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and we were like, "Can you be a group, like a hip hop group, and be as successful as the rock bands? Like, you go Aerosmith right now. Aerosmith could sell out an arena with no problem.
Easy.
Hey, Silk just performed.
But I mean, dude, they're Aerosmith. Now, could Nickelback
But that's
sell
what I'm
out
saying.
an arena
They
right now?
possibly could. Because
Actually, yeah,
of that
Nickelback
genre.
could. They could.
You know what I
Nickelback,
mean?
yep.
Yeah.
But it's something about a hip hop
But that's a different
artist.
genre, right?
Do you think?
I was just gonna say,
Do you think like 112 could sell out an arena right now?
Honestly, I don't think
Sell
so.
out?
By themselves.
That's what I'm saying. It was just them. They're the headliners, right? The only group I know could sell out an arena at that type of level is New Edition.
But New Edition
wait a
because
minute.
the movie came out.
Hold the
Am I wrong?
motherfucking phone.
Yeah, New Edition.
New Edition is
They got-
older than 112.
I know, but I'm saying because of their history, and they got their.
I mean,
own, I mean,
maybe.
think they got their
I
own
said because of the
movie,
movie.
everything.
I said
Right.
because of the movie.
Right,
If
the
that
movie
New
took it to
Edition
another level.
movie didn't come out, young kids wouldn't be. They're just talking about
Right.
what their parents were listening to on a road trip.
It helped revamp who they are because
They didn't
here's
know
the thing.
Bobby
that's
Brown
a good
was in
point,
that
y'all.
group.
But come on, dude. I don't know if New Edition could sell out like Madison Square Garden or like a stadium. I don't think New
What
Edition.
about Boyz II
Now,
Men? What about
yes,
Boyz II Men?
Yes,
and
Boyz
I'm gonna tell you
II
why.
Men could sell out anytime,
They were in
anywhere in the
Vegas.
world.
Didn't they have a Vegas
Yeah,
show?
They did have a
but I mean
Vegas
that's
show.
Boyz II Men. They are
They
like
did have
they're
a
a
Vegas
But that's what I'm
household
saying.
name.
They
Yeah.
have that level of name.
So what
to
about
where-
all right? So what about Jodeci? Could they
No.
sell out?
No.
You don't think Casey and JoJo?
I would
you don't
go to
think-
see if that's gonna be a train wreck.
we would be there. We would be there.
We would be there. You're right. Yeah.
Maybe a basketball stadium, maybe, but I couldn't see football.
You said a basketball.
maybe a
Phillips
small
Arena.
High
figure
school
skating.
basketball.
hockey ring, maybe, but I don't know about
Oh my god. Yo, no disrespect to Jodeci.
No, not
we
at
love
all.
Jodeci and
Not at all. I
But,
love
I mean,
Jodeci,
I guess-
but we're
I guess
just
you're
talking
right. I
about
don't
the
think-
realism
Age.
of our culture.
Age. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think they make music like that anymore. Music has changed so much, and the entertainment industry has changed so much.
Right.
So
But Led Zeppelin, when have they
Just
really
naming
made
all
brand
these
new
rock
music?
bands.
Only because that's the difference.
But
what
see,
I'm saying
Led
about
Zeppelin
a
could
culture
sell
and a
out
genre.
again.
Exactly. The Who could sell out, right?
yeah, the Who could.
Green
Day could sell
you
out.
could bring
Green
the
Day
Beatles
could
back.
sell out. You know what I'm saying?
Green Day could totally sell out.
Kiss, they kill it, and they
Well, I mean,
almost.
dude, that's
and
Kiss.
it-
Like, come on, they're like Kiss is like a movement. I know people that like have Kiss
Yeah.
rooms.
Okay.
Like their whole room in their
makeup.
So
house.
let me ask you something.
The costumes.
So then that explains it. So Wu-Tang could sell out.
Yes.
Wu-Tang.
Now
'cause that's a
Wu-Tang, but
movement.
that's a hip hop group.
That's a movement.
So
But
yeah.
see, but
But,
You know what I'm
but that's
saying?
Wu-Tang, nigga.
I
Like
know.
there's so like Wu-Tang is the shit.
you all are also naming these groups that were also partially reincarnated to the new world based off of the fact that they had television or movie series.
Yeah, the Wu-Tang
True.
So
saga
if
did come out.
if that show didn't come on,
Yeah, they did.
So
but the cartoons.
So they
we're
did
talking
have to
about, but I'm just saying.
re-implement it to
Right.
the
Yeah.
to the youth, I guess. But that's just because it's
Reintroduction.
past that time, and they wanted to make sure that you knew that this existed.
I mean, there was also these back end stories like Bohemian Rhapsody came out. It was a great movie.
Right.
Love
You
that
know?
movie. That's such a good movie.
But okay, but back to what we were discussing as far as our topic. So in saying all this about how the industry works, how we've
Right.
seen the history of artists and performers and music and film, even I mean dancers. I've seen dancers who literally will be part of amazing companies.
But dance also has like a time limit. It's based off of age and body.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
think
because
so.
when I was in California, you would be surprised.
There's some
the
old
faces
niggas
I
that can
get.
pop
That
and lock.
it'd be a 50-year-old dude, and you'd be like, you don't know who that is?
Yeah, he can pop and lock.
Oh, that's
better
blah blah
than
blah blah from the blah blah
anybody
blah.
on
Right.
Earth, bro.
And the dance community knows these cats.
But you gotta
And
think
then-
pop and lockers are
when
from
I
like the
think of-
60s.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's when
Yeah.
pop and locking was big in the 60s. But I mean, I hear what you're saying. Getting back to the point at hand, which is, when do you say I can't do this?
Right. And I think
as an
honestly,
artist, when do you just say I can't handle it?
And honestly, I have to say, it comes to a point where you get to a point in your career when I honestly have to say, for me, it was the financial aspect more than it was the actual artistry aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually got tired of putting more work in and not getting enough out of it. You know what I'm saying?
But did you give up?
No, it's not that I gave up. It's just I took a break, honestly.
You reprioritize.
Yeah, I took a break. Because, I mean, after about, 14, 15 years of being homeless twice, like, technically, not real homeless, but literally
No, I
having
mean,
to
I
sleep
know
in
what
my
it is.
car at
Pillow to
times.
post.
You know
Pillow
what I'm
to
saying?
post. I know what
Traveling
you're
in
talking
different
about.
cities, living in different
We've all
homes,
been
not
through
having
it,
that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Starving
working
artist. That shit is
3
real.
jobs plus doing 2 shows.
And still
then,
not making ends
and
meet.
still not making ends meet. And then get to Hollywood doing big shows, but you got to deal with the Hollywood bull. You got to deal with the games being played. How you got to put more in.
DJ, what made you
out.
keep going then? Like, what made you just say, "Fuck it, I'm going to keep trying to entertain the masses"? What made you feel inside of yourself? Yeah, honestly,
it's the moment I get off stage and people are like, "Yo, I didn't know you was that nice." And it's like, for real,
Yeah,
or
it's a dope feeling.
Or it's the fact they say, "Yo, you got
Surprise,
this
I'm
thing
still
down
talented."
pat."
It's a dope
right?
feeling. It's dope.
You're
Like when people
welcome.
look at you and like, "Yo, you break this thing down like the Matrix." It's like,
yeah,
I better, boy. I put so much time and money and years. But it's the fact that they understand it, they acknowledge it, they recognize it, and it's like, okay.
Well, they see you grinding. They see
Right.
that like your talent is real. You know,
Right.
because I know I tilt my hat to actors. I've only done some acting, DJ, and I tilt my hat to people like you. Because acting, that's like a whole nother level.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother world, man, because you literally have to just read words that someone else wrote, and you have to embrace them. You have to invoke them. You have to make sure that you believe every single syllable of what you're reading and turn into it.
Absolutely.
So any real actor, when they read a script and they love it and they want it, they turn into those words. And I think that's when we get the most beautiful art that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
So,
And that's the beauty of it all. You know what I mean? That's the love. And the reason why you fall in love with it is because you found something that, you know, everybody has something that is without thinking or blinking or anything. I could do it in my sleep kind of concept.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for me, that's how it was with acting. It's like once I get on set and get on film, it's like I can do it with no problem.
It's a wrap. Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's a
saying?
wrap.
It's like it's no
Yeah.
worries. But then there was, like I said, there's this point where, you know, when I first started in the business, the moment I realized I could do this for a living was in school.
Okay.
I was in class. I was taking a course at the School for Film and Television, which is now New York Conservatory of Dramatic Arts. And one of my teachers, we were dealing with, I think, I can't remember which technique it was off top, but we were dealing with given circumstances the moment before. It was just all this different things we had to deal with. And when I finally figured it out, he stopped the class and was like, "Hey, we want to thank DJ Mifflin for finally figuring out what it's like or how to be a leading man."
Right.
And I was like, that's what you. So it was that moment was like, I could do this.
Yeah.
Now I get it. You know what I'm saying? And it was
So
like
that
it
was
felt
better
good.
than your down moment when you couldn't do it. When you felt like you couldn't do it.
Right, because it was like finally, you know, when you go to college, you're looking to find something that you're good at, or find that thing that you know what I mean. So it's for me, it was like, I got it.
Find yourself in college.
Yeah,
Shit. A lot of
yeah.
people find themselves in
Yeah.
college. A lot of people lose themselves in college. But,
True.
You know, it's a place where you can either find yourself or lose yourself.
Mhm.
But I think that is kind of about the industry.
Yeah.
The industry, if you really want to be an artist, you can find yourself in it or you can lose yourself in it.
Yeah.
And I think the industry is an easy place to lose yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, when it's easy to get caught up. I was like, it's easy to get caught up in the success. It's easy to get caught up in the bonuses that come along with being in it, the perks that come along with being
There's
in
a
it.
lot of those.
So caught up that you forgot who you really were. And that's why it's really important that when you're in this industry, you have people that actually know you and support you. You know, because those are the people who keep you grounded and bring you back to yourself.
Gotta have a strong support system for sure.
Otherwise, you find yourself literally caught out there. And then there are, I mean, and let's be honest, there's still people who don't look at the entertainment industry like going into that as a real job, quote unquote. You know, and so when you don't have that kind of support, there are families who are still saying, you know, if that's what you're gonna do, you can't live here, you can't stay here. That whole starving artist, you know, and then you're just out there on your own trying to survive. I think that's when it gets difficult, is when you are in survival mode, and you're not able to produce.
Are you willing to keep on
what
trying
are you willing
to do?
Art? Yes.
Because that's, I have to say that.
Survive.
I mean, I have to say, like, with me, it being in survival mode in a few times, like, you know, being homeless or living pillow to post and, you know, just trying to survive, as you're saying, being in survival mode, it's like, do I still want to go and try to make someone laugh?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing. But like you said, DJ, when you get up there and you feel your talent touch other people, there's something in an artist that just lets them know, like, that's what you're supposed to be doing here. Like, you're supposed to be doing this.
And the confirmation helps too. When people like, why are you, like, you're working your regular 9 to 5, and then people don't know what you really do, and then when they find out, they're like, oh my, and they start seeing it, they're like, what are you doing here? You're too big for this. You're like, I know, but
I've totally had people tell me that I'm wasting my time at my job and stuff, and I'm like, well, dude, like, comedy's not paying the bills yet. It's just not. So I have to be real. I want to have a roof over my head. I want to have food to eat every day. So you have to keep working in some aspect. You have to have some type of income.
Yeah,
you do.
Well, so would you say then, like, I don't know, that the sacrifice, how do you tell somebody if they want to go into this, that the sacrifice is going to be worth it?
Now that's deep. Now, DJ, so how would DJ? So how would you tell someone?
Well, not someone. I was like, your son. Your son wants to
if
follow
your son wants to, your son wants to be an entertainer,
how will you tell him about the true sacrifice?
How would you tell him that he may be hungry as shit like a few nights?
Yeah.
Honestly, if my son said, "Daddy, I want to be in the industry," I would honestly tell him, I would say, well, one, you have to be willing to fall all the time and actually make it some of the time.
And fall means fail too.
Yes, you have to be ready for it. So the thing is I want you to go in not looking to succeed. Because when you succeed, it won't be a surprise. It'll be like, oh, that's what's up. It's a, you know what I mean? Like, it won't be something that you're looking for every time you go on audition, because that's one of the problems I had was when I first got into it, I just thought I was going to be so good, I was going to get booked right away. Yeah. And after a while, it was like, yo, why aren't they booking me? Yo, I'm nice. Like,
shit, dog.
Right. You know?
Shit.
Maybe you're not as good as you thought you would.
Well, and then when you want something so bad,
at all of us.
And you want something so bad, and then you get there and you find out what it is, it's like, so this is what I've been busting my ass for? To know that this is the only way I can get it? No. So be comfortable with being.
That's deep.
Another thing is
you get all the way there, and would you say that again? You get all the way there, and you're like, this is what I have to do.
You have to be comfortable not wanting to be rich and famous, because you can't have them both.
No, you can't.
You can't be famous
and you can't be
rich.
And you can't be rich. You get one or the other.
You get one or the other.
Because I noticed that people that are stupid famous, they're not rich as shit.
Right.
They don't have a lot of money.
And then those that are rich don't even want you to know them. Yeah. Because they become a threat. The richest people
in the world, I bet you couldn't name 5 billionaires.
You feel what I'm saying?
Except for Forbes telling you who to pay attention to.
Not even. Right. I mean, a lot of the billionaires aren't even on Forbes.
Yeah, no, that's why I said just. I mean, that's.
But some of those Arabian princes and shit, they're not on Forbes.
Oh, most definitely.
Some real billionaires. Keisha, can you name 5 billionaires right now? Nope, don't you touch your computer. Can you name 5 billionaires?
No,
just
off top.
Exactly.
Top of your
But that's
head.
what I'm saying. because like real billionaires don't want to be seen.
But here's the thing.
Shout out to the staff.
And here's the thing, yeah. But here's the thing. This is the thing I find it interesting too is everybody wants to get into the business to be a celebrity, to be a star. But the one thing they don't pay attention to is when you get to that level, you're no longer able to do what you want to do. That's when everything stops. When it comes to doing what you want to do.
So are you saying that you have to sacrifice the art for the fame?
It's either one of the two. Are you an artist, true
there
artist?
There is a sacrifice.
Right.
There is a sacrifice.
And because we're talking just the way of life. We're not talking the other stuff. We're talking the way of life. Like if I'm going to
you mean
be
to tell
famous,
me? I mean, nah, hold on. You're not just gonna run past that. So you mean to tell me that you literally have to sacrifice the art or the fame to be an artist? Like if you really want to be an artist and you want to stick true to your art, you have to sacrifice the fame. And if you want to be a famous person and be famous and have all of that glamour, you have to sacrifice the art.
Yeah. I mean, look at people like Lady Gaga came out and said, "I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this no more."
That fucks me up,
Britney
man.
Spears done went crazy sometimes.
So many artists,
supposedly.
When
but
you
I'm
get
just saying,
so much of that fame,
right?
Yeah, I was like,
I'm done.
mean, and it's
so you
not
can't
so
have
much.
both though.
No.
If you can't have anonymity and the freedom to truly be yourself. Some stars are lucky
not in
because
the limelight, you can't.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was like, so that's the thing, and it's not even the artistry that you're necessarily sacrificing.
Right.
But in a lot of tokens, you are because
Right.
again, to be that famous, you're doing something underneath someone else's project.
Right.
Some people get the opportunity to actually produce their own stuff after they became famous, and that's where they start to strive for the
Man,
creativity.
DJ, that fucks me up, man. I don't like that. I don't fucking like that. I'm sorry. I'm just
I
gonna be
feel
real
you.
right now on
I feel you.
What They Don't Tell You podcast. I don't fucking like it.
But that's because like you said before, like you are independent, so you're the kind of
Right.
person who's striving for everything on your own terms.
Right.
But when you're talking about celebrity, it's not just on your own terms, but depending on how you got there,
It's
Damn,
real.
dude.
It's real. And the thing is, it's what sucks about it is it's not even something that you have a choice. Because in life, right? If you are out and you do something heroic and people draw attention to it, and it gets online, you become a success. Or
Overnight.
You become overnight. Then everybody's blowing your phone up or doing this, or now you get all that attention that maybe you wasn't really caring about before.
Right.
So now you can't even walk down the street or go to the mall because everybody, aren't you that guy?
But I mean, DJ, I think everybody that gets into this industry, they all care about that. I think everyone wants that fame. They want that glamour so much.
Of course. That's all we have today for our topic. We want to thank you guys for joining us for our hot topic. All right, so stay tuned. We have Keith with that realness. All right, B Squad's in the building.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Keith with that real spill. You know I want to hear back from you. Hit us up at WTDTY Global on Facebook.com.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
Podcast.
I don't like that shit. For sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Keith Vance with some of that real spill. Welcome back to another episode. So today, you guys, I just want to talk to y'all about how we're all in the house. How we've all been inside for I'd say, 2 months now?
Feels like
Shit
4
is all
years.
fucked up, right? I hate it, man. I hate being inside. I hate it. It's horrible. But while I've been inside, I have found some diamonds in the rough. And do y'all remember Flavor of Love?
Yeah.
What?
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Flavor of Love.
New York.
I Love New York.
Yeah.
Rock of Love.
Hoops was my favorite.
Hoops. Yo,
Oh
Hoops was
my God,
bad. I
Hoops.
love you. Yo,
I
Hoops,
forgot.
wherever
You're
you are,
allowed to
I'm
love
single
Hoops.
and I will
love
fuck
you.
with you.
Yes.
She is bad.
Didn't she do
But
Playboy
anyways,
or something like
And Delicious came from that.
Delicious
too.
won.
Her
She
thing
won,
was
I think, the
mine.
second
Yes,
one.
Lord.
But
that?
anyways,
Wait, you said
guys,
the second. Dang, how many of those were
well,
there?
there were two Flavor of Loves. It was Flavor of Love.
Okay.
Flavor of Love 2. And then I Love New York came out. And then, there was 2 I Love New Yorks. Now, look, this is what I want to talk to you guys about. This is all stuff that happened, I'd say, 2004, 2003.
Yeah, damn, it wasn't
This was almost 17, like 16, 17 years ago. So what I've noticed is going back and watching this is hilarious because this was the invention of reality television.
It really was.
It was Real World. Tell me reality television after Real World.
There was Real World.
Rules.
Then there was
Road Rules Challenge.
What's the boys from MTV?
Road Rules.
The Situation. All of them.
They were Singled Out. Singled Out. There
That
was
was Real World. He was on Real World.
No.
Now he's a wrestler now.
The ones from Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
No, Jersey Shore came much longer.
Much later.
I'm talking about the very beginning of reality television.
Real World.
It was the Real
Right.
World.
Oh,
Yeah, I know that was
the Real World started
Singled
that
Out.
shit.
Singled Out.
Singled
There was
Out.
that dating show.
right.
It was Singled Out, and then we started getting Flavor of Love. That's when they mixed dating and reality TV all together.
You're right.
So what I've noticed is watching these shows, it's hilarious. Want to know why? Because that bitch New York, she got on a camera and played the industry to the T.
Yeah.
You have to think that was a human being that no one knew.
Right.
By the end of it, she had her own fucking show.
Sure
It was
did.
called I Love New York.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
she played it to the T. But as I'm watching this sitcom, I'm realizing like Rock of Love and these
Sitcom.
other shows, other girls tried it. They wanted to be New York.
Oh,
they
of
wanted to be
course.
dramatic. They
Yes.
wanted to cause problems. They
Right.
wanted to get their own show,
Yeah.
and they didn't. So DJ, what I want to ask you, and Keisha, what I want to ask you,
I'll make it quick.
what exactly did reality television do for you when it happened?
Oh, I know for sure. It
Go
was
ahead.
great TV. Like when school was out on summer break.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'm watching MTV.
You're glued to
BET.
it, right?
What?
Yeah.
College? What was it? College? Something.
Spring break, all that shit.
The one on
That shit was
BET.
the-
Yeah,
it
I
was
used to
the
watch
bomb.
all of that.
But where were we as people? Keisha,
College
what
Hill.
did it do
I
for
think
you?
like
When it
College
wasn't
Hill,
no real
something like
social media, so that was our social media. We didn't
yeah.
really have it big
Yeah.
like
You
that.
had to be somewhere then.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because then you had to be somewhere
Right.
to be on, I guess, a platform
Right.
instead of just your phone.
Oh, wow.
But
You had to
Keisha,
be
so
somewhere.
what did reality television do for you when like you saw that shift in the industry from just television to reality television?
Well, I don't know if like back then, like I wasn't really trying to like break into the industry or anything like that. So for me, I was just doing it straight for the love or the passion. And I actually believe that the reality TV that I was watching on Real World and Road Rule and all of that, I thought it was
Right.
like real life. Like
Yeah.
I never thought that it was like scripted or stuff like that. It's the versions now, like all these housewife shows and
Yeah,
stuff like
right,
that.
yeah.
Or you fast forward now, they got The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
Bachelorette.
You know, so they took it, they refined it.
Yeah, but
It's
it all
not about
started with
hip-hop
Flavor of
and
Love. It all
Yeah,
started
did.
with
It
Flavor
did.
of Love. My nigga Flavor Flav had
I'ma
that
tell
big
you.
ass clock, and he
Right?
was doing his
Yeah.
greasy.
I was like Flavor Flav from
Right.
Public Enemy.
I was like, yo,
Yeah.
Flav getting these
Yeah.
women.
Yo,
Damn.
and-
Like,
but that's what was so cool
I couldn't
about
believe.
it.
I really thought, and that's what gets you. You really think like these girls really like this dude like that. But then when you later find out, it's like they always got an agenda.
DJ, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Going back
The
and
acting.
watching it, I can literally see
You can see the acting?
production
Right,
that went into that show.
Mm.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was a production. That was a way to sway the people a direction. And that's why today I wanted to just talk about it. If you've been at home and you've been streaming shows and you've been binging shit, I know for a fact right now on Hulu, Flavor of Love and shit, that shit comes up kind of high in the search bar because I think there's new people that are like, Flavor of Love, what is this? And
I
they're
mean, the same
watching
thing
it.
is happening with Players Club. Players Club
Player
is
Club
like
is
on that
it's not
top
like
10
number
on
4 or
Netflix.
5.
Yeah.
Like it's a high number on like streams of Players Club
was
is
like,
high
really?
as fuck right now.
Wow.
But you guys, this has been the Real Spill with Keith Vance, and I just want to first off say I love that show, Flavor of Love, because I think that one, it was a great production.
Right.
Two, it was a great introduction to reality TV. Shout out Flavor Flav. Shout out Public Enemy.
Yes.
Yo, Chuck D.
Yes, Chuck
Mad
D.
love and respect, dude.
Yes,
We
sir.
love you, bruh. And we just want to say that was Flavor Flav. That show was the shit.
You know, I did reality.
You
I
did
won. I
reality
actually
TV?
won. I did a reality TV show.
You actually
It,
won?
Oh
Dang, dang, what was the name of that show? It was on.
We do not have enough time for this. This
show.
has been your boy Keith Vance with the Real Spill.
I
Shout
won.
out. Holla at your boy
I was
at
a
the
winner.
B Squad.
All right, y'all, stay tuned. We'll be right back. B Squad's in the building. Say B Squad.
B Squad.
Say it loud.
B Squad.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
Podcast.
All right, guys, we want to thank you for joining us for another episode. It was a great episode today. We want to thank you guys for joining us on Live 365 Anthem Tongue Radio. You can catch us Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. on the East Coast, 8 a.m. on the West Coast, and 6 p.m. international. All right, we want to thank the viewers overseas, USA,
Croatia,
UK,
Australia,
Hong Kong,
Russian Federation,
Italy,
France,
Senegal,
Netherlands,
Sweden,
Japan,
Germany,
Spain,
Denmark,
Slovakia,
Mexico,
South Africa,
Canada.
Saudi Arabia. Thank
Thank
you for listening.
All right, guys, until next time, we catch you later. We are your hosts, DJ Mifflin,
Keisha Williams,
and Keith Vance.
And we are the B Squad.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
What they don't tell you.
Podcast.
Real news about real topics. That's what I like about this show.
We're moved for the most sincerest expression.
So it's truth and jest.